What's going on, guys? Wait on a Hookah back, and today I'm bringing you a review. Today we're going to be talking about the Mason Tymber hose. So the Tymber hose is made by Mason Shishaware. You may remember them as the creators of the Onyx Bowl. One of my favorite bowls, my favorite bowl, and arguably one of the best bowls on the market, although I think that'd be even a hard thing to argue that it's not. So basically, Mason Shishaware is a company comprised of enthusiasts. It's one guy, one enthusiast who makes amazing products because he is an enthusiast. He knows what people like because that's what he likes. So he saw the market for a fantastic, artisanally quality bowl last year, and that's when we saw the Onyx Bowl come out. This year, he saw a new market, a new void to be filled in terms of hookah. He saw hoses, and he saw the hoses were kind of bland. I mean, you had the Aviator hose as the top hose on the market at $50, and it's a good hose, but for $50, I don't know, it's not doing that much different than things like the D hose, which is pretty much the golden standard for hoses. So he created the Tymber hose. So let's talk Tymber. What is the big deal behind the Tymber hose? So the Tymber hose is an artisanally crafted wooden handle. So it's basically, the handle breaks down into three portions. You've got your tip, which is wood with acrylic running through the inside for the smoke to pass through, and a brass mouth tip for easy, Then you've got your handle, which is actually plastic with a copper interior. The copper actually is meant to help cool smoke. I can't speak to the actual cooling properties of that, but I can tell you it looks amazing and it smokes really well. So, +1 for artistic vision, I guess. But other than that, I don't know the actual functionality behind that, but I don't know if I'm the one to speak on as far as that goes. And then you've got your hose, basically the handle port where the hose actually connects to it. This is also made of wood. What I've got with me today, this is an exotic wood. So he does standard wood, which you can see on my standard handle here. And then he does exotic woods. These exotic woods are actually, it's extremely expensive. I don't know how he's selling them at the price he is, but they're flown in, they're handcrafted, they're one or two of a kind. He gets like a specific kind of wood and has to craft this based on that. And they're absolutely gorgeous. Like, the video isn't gonna do this justice by any standard of the word. These are just jaw-droppingly, amazingly, just top tier, god tier, fucking just jizz everywhere, sexy hoses. So then you have the actual hose itself. Now, while the handle is actually where all the aesthetics happen, the hose is where all the functionality happens. It's got about a pretty standard draw. It's a little bit more, probably about the same draw as a D hose. Definitely more open than an Aviator hose, but it's not gonna be blown out open like the Starbuzz Maximus hose and things like that. So it's a soft touch silicone, which means that it's harder for dust to get on it. Dust still does get on it, but that happens with any soft touch silicone hose. Shisha Bucks hose, B2 hose, Aviator hose, they all do it. It's just, dust is dust. That said, it feels softer, better to handle. And then the hose port is actually one of my favorite things about this. So the hose port, as you can see, it's got a coil to prevent kinking, which works. Then the hose port is tapered, and I think it's tapered perfectly. I've never seen a hose that's tapered so perfectly, and I've had this fit in every single one of my hookahs with just a simple little mod grommet. I mean, it's like, this is the best size that I've ever seen for a hose port. And as weird as that sounds, it's really frustrating when you get a lot of hoses and they can't fit into your hookahs. So having one that's that perfect, it just goes to show the level of care that was put into the design of this hose. And it really goes, it's one of those little things that makes the big difference. So as far as handles go, there are actually two different options. Like I mentioned before, this is the standard model. This is about 12 inches long, and this is the XL model. So you can see a little comparison right there. It's just a little bit longer, but for me, I actually really prefer the XL. I like that extra length. It's perfect for I play a lot of PC games, so I sit like this, and I can rest it and have my hands free, and it's easy. It's simple. I like longer handles, but that's just me. Shorter handles, they've got their place, just not my cup of tea. But, that's why Mason went the extra step. That's why they make two, to go the extra mile, to say, hey, we know people have preferences. That's why we made two. And I think that's really the overall anthem for this hose, is that they went the extra mile. Mason, again, blew it out of the park like they did with the Onyx Bowl. They created a product that's functional, beautiful, and it's in a class all to its own. We had seen, like prior to the Onyx Bowl, we had seen artistic bowls with things like stone hookah bowls. And now we're seeing, we had never seen a hose like this. This is a one-of-a-kind thing. We've never seen an artisanal hose. You could argue that the Wooka hose is the closest thing to it, but I think that's a stretch. I don't think it, I've smoked a Wooka, I've held a Wooka hose. It doesn't smoke like this. This hose is functional, it can be a daily driver. It's goddamn gorgeous. The wood is just out of this world. And it's a good length. It's 6 feet long, I think, from tip to tip. And it's overall just great. There's nothing really I have bad to say about it. I've been smoking on it for 3 months now, 4 months almost. And it's just every day I have more good things to say about it than bad. I just buy the fucking hose. God damn. Sorry, I got a little heated. Anyway, so the one big draw that a lot of people are gonna have with it is the price. The price is a little bit higher than any other hose on the market. It sits at $62.99 for the standard and $64.99, I believe, for the XL. That said, you are paying more, but you're getting more. You are getting the best hose, bar none. As far as I'm concerned, there isn't a hose that comes close to this. This is far and away the hose that smokes the best, the hose that functions the best. It's everything that you could want in a hose and then some. It's like, I didn't expect the Mason Bowl to be the goddamn showstopper it was, and I didn't expect this hose to blow my mind like it did. That's the thing with Mason. I don't know what they're gonna do next, and I'm kind of concerned, because like, what the fuck else is there, man? Are they gonna make artistic tongs? Goddamn, but either way, they're doing a fantastic job, and that's, like I said, the anthem of what they are. Mason, to me, is a brand that really goes above and beyond. They go the enthusiast mile. They go to where no one has gone before, because that's what they want to do. Not because they have to, because I mean, they could put out just this with some shitty hose and it'd be fine, and people would still love it. But they went the extra mile because they care. They know what they don't. They're not in it to make a buck. It's an enthusiast market. The guy's got a day job. He does this because he loves it, and I love what he's doing, and I love him. I love you, Nino. But anyway, if you do want to pick it up, check out masonshishaware.com. I'm 80% sure that's the website. I don't have my phone to check, but anyway, you can check out that website or just Google Mason Hookah. I'm sure you'll find it. Either way, they do release in batches just like the Onyx Bowl, so you want to sign up for the mailing list, and I think they have a countdown on their website as well now. So definitely keep an eye out for this hose if you haven't already. Especially these goddamn, like, these exotic woods are just like, especially if you've got a Regal, man. These, like, the Regal wood with wood is just fully erect. But anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for me today, guys. As always, this has been Wait on Hookah. If you haven't, don't forget to subscribe, smash that motherfucking like button, drop a comment if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. You should be seeing the review on the Cloud Mini V2 in the next week or so. I'm shooting that tomorrow with a very special guest. And yeah, it's gonna do it for me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and happy smokes.